Hey cats, come on in. It's nice and warm in here. I think you'd rather be in here than outside because we'll take a look out there right now. We got snow today. We got a lot of snow today. Been snowing all day. The sun just came out maybe a half hour ago. So that's a good thing. Come on in, have a seat, join me. I'd like to tell you a story. I think it's appropriate now, and it helps me too. But I think you'll enjoy this. Maybe you've heard this before. I don't know anymore. I've got so many hundreds of videos. I don't know what I talked about and what I didn't. But I'm sure you'll find interest in this. You know, I used to hang out at the biker bar. That was my place. And I was there every Friday night. You know, after work, I'd go up there, have dinner. Every Saturday night, they had a band. I was there. Sometimes I'd be there Sunday afternoons. And any given day during the week, I was there too. I usually rode my motorcycle up there, and I parked my Harley right at the front door. But anyway, I happened to be there one Friday evening, and I got there a little bit early, and I had some dinner. I ordered a pizza, and their pizza's pretty good. And I was sitting there eating my pizza, and next thing I know, this hand comes over my shoulder, and my buddy grabs a big hunk of pizza and starts eating it, and I'm like, whoa, dude, that's my dinner. Yeah, it's gonna be my dinner too. But that's the way we were, you know, brotherhood. Didn't bother me. Well, he sat down at the bar next to me, and we'd been sitting there chatting for a while, and now everybody in the bar knew everybody. It's a biker bar. That's how it works. Everybody knew me, I knew everybody else. We all had a story, and we all knew everybody's story. And every time the door would open, you'd look at the front door to see who was coming in. See if it was, you know, somebody else you knew or whatnot. Well, my buddy and I were sitting there, our backs were to the door, and I heard the door open, and I turned my head to see who it was. And here came this guy, you know, that kind of looked more like a gangster, you know, a mafioso. And he had the gold chain and everything, had chomping on a cigar. And right behind him was this tall blonde. Well, it was really obvious that, you know, that they were in the wrong place, because they didn't look like bikers at all. They didn't fit the image. I mean, the blonde was very well dressed, had her hair all done nicely, jewelry on and everything. And most of the other women in that place were, you know, biker chicks, you know, blue jeans, t-shirts, that kind of stuff. So I elbow my buddy and I says, check this out. And he turns his head and he goes, oh, come on, don't be looking at other women like that. You know, that's he's with that guy. She's with that guy. And I'm like, that ain't what I'm talking about. They just don't look like they belong here. And he's like, yeah, well, whatever, you know, each to their own. So we went about our business, and I didn't pay any more attention to it. Well, about an hour or two later, one of the gals who I knew at the bar brought this blonde around and introduced her to me and said, this is Valerie. It was the first time I met my wife, V. And, you know, nice to meet you. Okay. Well, it didn't take long, and her husband came around to greet me too and shook my hand, and he bought me a drink. And, you know, seemed to be a friendly enough guy. Well, as the time went on, they started coming every Friday for the karaoke, and the DJ would do some karaoke, then they would just play dance music, and the girls would go up and dance. And they started coming every Friday, this couple. So he insisted that I come sit with them at their table. You know, I was kind of reluctant first. Nah, that's all right. No, come on. You know, I buy you around. Come on, sit at our table. All right, whatever. You know, yeah. So I sat down at the table and kind of got to start to know them a little bit. Now, it didn't take long. She told me that she didn't want to come to the biker bar. She's not a biker, and she didn't really like going there. But her husband insisted that they go and dragged her in there. So she didn't like it. But because they had the stage up there and the kind of a dance floor, and the DJ would play dance music, she wanted to go dance. She loved to dance, that girl. She loved to dance. And she'd always ask her husband, you know, come on, let's go up and dance. And he adamantly refused. I mean, like a lot of guys, the guys don't really like going up there and dancing. You know, maybe a slow dance or something, but, you know, just doing the rock and roll stuff. The guys aren't into that, but the ladies love doing it. Well, next thing I know, she grabs my arm and says, come on, let's go up and dance. He doesn't want to dance. You're going to dance with me. Oh, no. I said, no, I don't dance. No, come on, she insisted. She pulled me up on the dance floor. Now, there was a bunch of other ladies up there dancing, too. And some of them were very helpful to me. They said, you know, dude, you got to loosen up. You know, you got to start moving your hips like this. You know, you can't be so stiff. And what's up with the twist? You know, no. Feel the music. You know, let your body just flow with the music. Don't be so rigid. Well, I took their advice, and after a while, you know, I started to improve my dancing techniques. And every time another song came on that was a dance song, V would grab my arm and drag me up there on the dance floor again. I'm a softy, you know. I don't put up too much of a fight. And so I thought, well, okay, if she wants to go up and dance, I'll dance with her. I don't care. Now, I have to say this, that during that time, knowing that she was married, I had absolutely no physical interest in her whatsoever. You know, I wasn't trying to, you know, get a relationship going with her or anything like that. I just thought, you know, okay, they're just another couple that comes up there to the bar. And it's all fun, you know. You have a few drinks or whatever, and you just enjoy the evening. In between dancing, I'd go up and sing. I could. There was a handful of tunes that I could really croon to, and kind of almost knew the words by heart. But I enjoyed doing that a lot, and I got a lot of kudos. I mean, everybody seemed to enjoy my karaoke tunes. I mean, there's some people that go up there, you know, they can't carry a tune at all, and it's more humorous than anything. But I could actually do a pretty good job, and it got to the point where some of the people in the bar would request that I would go up there and sing certain songs for them. And I'd say, well, you know, I don't know that song, or that song's not in my key, you know. I can't really hit those notes, you know. I can't do. I have my certain songs that I know that I can sing, and I'm just going to kind of stick to those. But I always got a pretty good applause when I did sing. So anyway, time goes on, and week after week, you know, it was the same thing at the biker bar. Well, one evening I get a phone call, and it's V. And she's scared to death. She says, I am locked in my bedroom, barricaded in the bedroom, and my husband has a gun and he's threatening to shoot me. And I don't know what to do. I told her, I said, well, geez, you got to call 911. You got to call the police, you know. I don't know what else to tell you. I mean, I wasn't going to go over there and get in the middle of a domestic situation. And I don't know what she thought I was going to do for her, but I just told her, I said, if you don't want to call the police, then get out of the house. Go out a window or something, but get out of there. Well, I don't know what happened that night, but they never did get into any more issues. But I began to learn that her ex was somewhat abusive in that regard, and had threatened to kill her more than a few times. Now, to back up in time, there was another young couple that used to come to the biker bar, who I knew. They got into a domestic dispute at home one night, and he pulled out the shotgun. He tried to shoot her in the house and missed. I think he might have grazed her, and she ran out the door. She ran for her life. He chased her out the door and chased her out onto the street. She was running up the street as fast as she could, and he took a shot and hit her in the back of the head and killed her instantly. Then he went out into the neighbor's cornfield and took his own life. It was a huge tragedy. I knew some of the family, and I mean, it was just so sad just to hear that happened. So, with V going through the same kind of domestic issue, I panicked. I thought, man, I don't want this to happen again. I can't deal with this. Why is this happening, So the next day I took off work. I called off work, and I started looking for a rental home. And I found one in town, a nice little duplex, and it was cheap rent. And I contacted the landlord. I paid up 3 months' rent off of some investment that I had. And then I called V and said, hey, I got a place for you that, he won't threaten you anymore. And pack your bags, you're moving in. So she did. Got her moved in. I think when she first moved in there, we got her an air mattress and put it on the floor so she'd have somewhere to sleep. She didn't have much for furniture, but that came eventually. But we got the place fixed up pretty nice for her. I went over there and painted for her and cleaned the place all up for her. And as time went on, our friendship grew. She depended on me a lot because she really didn't have any other real friends to help her. She would consult me about, legal issues. She wanted a divorce, and I wasn't encouraging anything, but I was there for her if she needed me. So I went with her to the attorney and whatever she needed. I was there to help her. I wasn't there to sweep her off her feet or to take her away from her marriage or anything like that. But as time went on, our friendship became closer and closer, and eventually we fell in love, and I asked her to move in here with me, which she gladly did with bells on, and we rebuilt our lives from the ground up. I just had gone through a terrible divorce. I had nothing. She had nothing. We were both stripped bare bones. And look what we've done for ourselves. I mean, we're just blessed incredibly. God looked over us. God took care of us. The doors opened just miraculously. Things happened, and our lives turned around, and the two of us were unstoppable. Well, little did we know that after knowing each other for about 20 years, married for 17, that this would happen, that she would get cancer and leave me. My heart's still broken. I'm recovering a little bit every day, but I'll never get over that girl. Never. Well, thanks for listening to my story today. If you haven't yet, give my channel, my video a thumbs up, and give my subscribe to my channel. I'd like to keep you along for this ride, and I'll keep you entertained with a lot more. Till next time, cats, ride hard and die free.